It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Indianapolis as the Pacers go up against the Houston Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, in comparison to where they were record-wise at this point last season, it seems they've taken a step backwards. They're trying to make up that ground. In tonight's game, Carmelo Anthony, one of the top scorers in the history of the NBA.
History?
Yeah.
Wow, that's right.
Now, deep into his 30s now. Mm-hmm. And for him, Kenny, it's become about trying to win an NBA title.
Yeah, because he's got the gold medals, he's got the double-digit All-Star appearances, and a scoring title. But what he has not attained is the ultimate goal of getting the ring.
You know, he's put up some Hall of Fame numbers, and at this point, he just wants to win.
I agree.
Yeah. And what are his chances?
Doesn't matter because he'll never surpass us. We have 6 rings up here, Ernie.
Wow.
4, 2, and 0. That's 6.
You have such a great way of putting things.
Yeah, you didn't have to call Ernest out.
I didn't call him out. I just said we as a team, we have 6 rings.
That's true.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. You don't have to say 4, 2, and 0.
Okay.
You just say we have 6 rings up here at this desk.
We have
Got
6
it.
rings.
6 rings at this
2
desk.
over here.
4 over there.
0. But it makes 6.
We're still champions, Ernie.
We're
My
still
self-esteem is taking a beating today.
That's all right.
We used to
Taking
get
a beating.
We used to get Emmys until
Taking a beating.
But Emmys.
No,
Emmys counts
Yeah.
as rings.
We used to get a lot of Emmys until
Oh, let's let it go.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Welcome, everyone, to Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the home of the Pacers, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. If you look at the Rockets, they've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
And you know, Houston, lately they've been off their game just a little bit. It's led to them losing that top spot here in the standings.
And Greg, peaks and valleys are part of the season for the most talented of teams. I mean, they've still got plenty of time to get things right before the playoffs.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says, we talked about not knowing the path of your career. Don't put limitations on yourself. The result for Oladipo was an all-star appearance. Kevin?
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, DA. Thank you. And early in the season, many coaches, Clark, still experimenting with rotations. Who plays when and where, and how long has it been in your experience to have that established on a team?
Well, it varies from team to team. There are a number of factors. One, the coach, has he been there a while? Does he have an established style of play and system? 2, what's your roster like? How healthy are you? What's the mix and makeup of your team? So it could vary, but typically you'd like to have it not prolong itself into the regular season. You hope that the few weeks of training camp, and then by the time you get a month of the season under your belt, that you're pretty anchored into who you are and how you're going to try to play.
Good outline. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. And so in the game for the Rockets, the engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Anthony is out there with Chris, and it's Capella in at the 5 down low. Now here's Collison, following the shot by Chris Paul. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. Over Harden. Oladipo misses. Last game for the Rockets, they picked up the win against the Bulls. Paul outside. Here's Chris. Kept alive. Back to Paul. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Collison feeling it out a bit. Pass to Turner. Here's Oladipo. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Capella. Paul against Collison. Paul finds Anthony. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Anthony's got the first points up on the board here for Houston.
You know, this is why they trust Paul to run the offense. I mean, he's so good at getting the ball to guys on time and on target.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. No one near Turner as he lets it go. The 18-footer is right on the mark.
There they go, finally able to drop one in on their fourth try.
Collison against Paul. Passes it to Chris. Deep two from Anthony. It's rebounded by Indiana. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, and a bit of a revenge game for them as they were swept in the two-game season series from last year.
And, you know, they might not be in the same conference, Greg, but as with any top team, they want to show they can compete with the best teams out of conference, too.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
With some arc, and Oladipo with the lay-in. Good. Oladipo's got his first points in this one.
Boy, the floater is one of the most beautiful shots in the game, and when used correctly, Victor Oladipo showing you he's got that shot down pat.
Oladipo against Harden. 5 to shoot.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Out to Turner. Poked away and taken away by Paul. Lob pass to Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
He's a high percentage scorer for a reason now. Capella, an alley-oop specialist.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Oladipo. 29 points for him last game against Boston. Bogdanovich looking around. 6 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And for the most part, when Bogdanovich is out on the floor, he's there to do one thing, shoot.
And I tell you what, when you can shoot like that, that's all you need to do. Great catch-and-shoot player who can stretch the defense. You cannot leave him alone, and really his presence frees up so much for his teammates on the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You know, in recent years, the Rockets have not lacked for critics. I mean, they're a jump shooting team. They're a bean counting front office. A coach whose teams don't defend. Last season, I think, silenced a lot of those critics.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Clark, it all seemed to come together for the Rockets last season. What was the key in your estimation?
I think you've got to look right at the addition of Chris Paul, reducing the workload on James Harden, more defensive-minded wings, also the development of Clint Capella. When you factor those things in, you get 65 wins during the regular season for the Rockets.
Here's Collison following the basket by Chris Paul. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Chalk up 2 there.
Tough finish from Bogdanovich. He's got a nice big frame for a wingman.
And Bogdanovich, a player who has bounced around the last few seasons.
Yeah, you know what? He's a guy that spaces the floor nicely, Kevin, and he's got a toughness to him that I think was undervalued and underappreciated across the league. He can make shots off the catch and shoot or coming off screens, and he also showed himself to be a better defender than people thought he was.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich.
And you know, Bojan Bogdanovic, not an elite athlete by NBA standards, but he's a live weapon because he can really shoot the ball and put it on the floor.
Harden can't hit.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Bogdanovich against Anthony. Anthony with the defensive effort. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 2. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
I love that, Greg. You got to do that away from home. It shows how connected they are with one another playing that way, and excellent chemistry.
And he knocks down the first one.
Carmelo Anthony, one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
He doesn't get the second one. And when you think about Melo's scoring back to the basket, facing up, so versatile as a scorer.
A combination of strength, quickness, and touch that you rarely see. He can go around you, through you, or shoot it right over you.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game.
Oladipo's mid-range game continues to look better. He's a consistent threat from this area.
Collison against Paul. Anthony kicks to Nene. Paul for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Paul's got 5 now.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Harden against Collison. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Chris. Paul against Collison. Outside Anthony. Fires from deep. He doesn't hit that one. So the Pacers will take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yep, and that's not a winning performance. I mean, you got to tighten up the defense moving forward if you're going to get some W's.
The Pacers making a switch here. Evans is checked in. Goes up off the inbound, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, it's hard to overstate the strength of Oladipo. Sometimes you just can't shake this guy off his shot.
And for Victor Oladipo, for so many teams, he was the second option in offense, but now, Clark, he's shown he is a full-fledged #1 option.
And you know the thing about that, Kevin, that's really heartening is his teammates love him being in that spot. And that speaks to Oladipo's unselfishness and character. I mean, Russell Westbrook and Aaron Gordon both had great things to say about Oladipo's success leading the team. And, again, just a credit to who he is as a young man.
Rockets trail by 3. And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
So a moment now to see the story on James Harden. Great showing for him last season. How about 30 points per game, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds? And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library. He lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
The Rockets with another miss.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds, and they look strong here in the early going.
Here's Paul after Tyreke Evans has scored. Here's Harden on the wing. No good on the three.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Oladipo dishes to Evans. That one doesn't drop. And the Rockets take it the other way. Pass to Paul. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Oladipo. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. James Harden, number 1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
And so Nene will bring it up for Houston. It's a 5-point game. The baseline J. And it's good off the back rim and in. Paul's got his third basket of the night.
Confident and precise is exactly how Paul owns the mid-range area.
Evans passes to Turner. Kicks it to Oladipo. Over Paul. Oladipo misses. Rockets trail by 3. Pulls it up. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Paul. Harden's got his first points of the game.
And you know, Kevin, Harden's ball handling is absolutely off the chain insane. I mean, easily carving up the defense. Superb control. Got it on the string.
Now here's Turner. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Oladipo misses.
Looked like he rushed the layup to me. I mean, the defense was late on contesting that one.
Here's Chris, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Rockets lead by 1. The Pacers have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Oladipo outside. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
Back to Nene. Here's Chris. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana. Clark, a favorite topic of yours. Great rebounders, glass eaters as you call them. Who's the best at creating those important second chance opportunities for his team?
Well, a couple of guys stand out for me in that regard, Kevin. DeAndre Jordan is terrific. Enes Kanter, probably, he might be the best offensive rebounder in the league, Enes Kanter. I mean, he goes and gets it in his area, out of his area, through guys, over them. Man, he's a terrific offensive rebounder. And I'd throw Anthony Davis in there, too. I think he does a great job on the defensive glass and gets his share of offensive boards as well.
Here's McDermott following the basket by Chris Paul. Shoots over Tucker, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Houston gets called for the foul.
He's still trying to find his footing, but Doug McDermott is a great shooter, no question about that, but he needs to keep adding more to his game.
2 shots. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Houston.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Shooting 2.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
The free throw drops for McDermott.
And, you know, the Pacers were one of the better teams in the East last year. Many wondered just how or why the Pacers were so good. I think you point to the chemistry this team has as something that you can't deny, along with having a star that endeared himself to his teammates in Oladipo.
Knights checked in for Chris Paul. And McDermott drops them both. And along with the chemistry the Pacers enjoy, another strength, Clark, is their guard play.
Well, Kevin, they've got a number of guards that can initiate the offense, and they all do it fairly efficiently. Don't turn it over much, and they all can shoot it and drive it. So that group of guards is really a strong part of this team.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Tucker. Good defensive work there by Young. Pacers trail by 3. Joseph finds McDermott. That one wide left.
And there was no effort on behalf of the defense. None. I mean, the shooter has to be upset with himself for missing that shot.
Evans against Gordon. Green deciding where to go with it. Back to Gordon. Over Evans. And it's Gordon missing. Pacers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. McDermott kicks to Evans. Back to McDermott. 1:52 left to play in the first. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
I think he's got to keep working on his interior game. Doug McDermott showing he wants to be more than just an outside shooter.
Gordon, the pass to Nene. The shot. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Nene. Gordon's got his first 2 points of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Young outside. Here's O'Quinn. Hits the jump hook. O'Quinn's got his first basket. Houston in the lead. Knight kicks it to Tucker. Puts it up from 12. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. And so Young will bring it up for the Pacers. To the middle. Stolen by Gordon. Knight in the corner. Back to Gordon. The pass to Green. Joseph against Knight. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Joseph. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. That's tipped. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Pacers lead by 1.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Knight against Joseph. Knight kicks to Gordon. Over Evans. Another miss by Houston. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Indiana out in front. They lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. And the Rockets came close, but Chris Paul still convinced this team has what it takes to win a title.
I'm in the wrong business if I didn't think we could win a title. I think we still got a lot of ways to go. We got a lot of work to do, but that's the fun thing about it right now, is to know that we're not there.
And his ability to stay positive, Greg, and stay at it, so admirable.
Yeah, and one of the best point guards of all time. You know he's hungry to break through and win a championship.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Yep, pounding away on the boards. I mean, controlling the backboards. It's been a huge difference so far.
Young is the 4 with O'Quinn at the 5. Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. And it's McDermott in at the 3 spot. That's the Pacers' 5. Mark, you were in Indiana after being drafted by the Pacers for a few seasons. Who are some of the more talented guys you played with there?
Well, Herb Williams, a teammate of mine at Ohio State, really outstanding big guy, mobile, could shoot it, excellent defender, shot blocker, and a high-quality guy. Vern Fleming was a guard that had size, excellent defender, driver of the ball. Wayman Tisdale, may he rest in peace. We lost Wayman a number of years ago to cancer. Really a gifted scorer. Steve Stepanovich, he and I both had to retire about the same time due to different knee trouble. And he was a rugged, mobile, good shooting big guy who I think would have continued to excel had he not had to retire.
And the second free throw, good. And one thing that the Pacers struggled with last season and will have to answer this season, Clark, is finding a big man pair that works.
Well, you know what? You look at Sabonis and Turner, and they both have outstanding futures ahead of them and didn't play as well together as you would like, but I think there's still time to see if that can be worked out.
Indiana trailing here. Evans kicks to Young. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And it's Joseph in the corner. That three off the mark.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Houston moving the ball around. Here's Capella. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for two. And the Rockets lead by 4. Evans feeling it out a bit. Lets a floater go, and Capella sends it back.
Over a 7'4" wingspan for Clint Capella. That's long, folks, and makes him an intimidating shot blocker. Boy, and Clint Capella, C-squared, a late first-round pick in 2014, viewed by most as a project, but the analytics community ranked him highly. No surprise then that the Rockets snapped him up and they got a steal. They love the analytics approach in Houston.
That's good from Capella. And Capella, a mobile, rim-running big man. The Rockets feel, Clark, he's the prototype center for their system.
Well, you think about it, Kevin. He's still in his early 20s. He's a starting center on a powerhouse team. And I think he's their third most important player.
And Indiana making a change here. Collison's out there. And so he hits both.
Well, I tell you what, it's really impressive how Capella has improved his role so quickly, Kevin. I mean, he's a starting caliber center known for his defense, but continues to make strides on offense, too.
Now, here's O'Quinn. Good work defensively by Capella. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. But they recover it. On the wing, Green. Drops one in from the wing. Green's got 4 this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now, here's O'Quinn. Dishes to Collison. To end the run. Back to O'Quinn. Just 4 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 8. Gordon inside. He's covered by Joseph. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got his second bucket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Timeout called the Pacers. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Corey Joseph. And a change for the Rockets. Harden's checked in. Back to O'Quinn. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Collison against Knight. And here's Gordon from outside. That shot missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Nice shot by McDermott.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Rockets.
Houston leading by 8. Knight finds Gordon. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Sabonis comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for McDermott. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for Houston. Paul comes in for Knight. That free throw good from Eric Gordon.
You know, you look at most winning teams in this league, and there's no denying they have an identity, who they are and how they play consistently. The Rockets fall into that category, a defined style of play and pieces that fit pretty well.
Now here's Collison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Spotting the open man, Collison, a capable playmaker.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for Houston. It's off to Oklahoma City for him after this game, so they have the Thunder to look forward to. And that game will be 4 out of 5 on the road for the team. And Clark, talk about the Rockets' identity, their style of play.
Yeah, it's all about the analytics, quite honestly. They're looking for drives and three-point field goals. Constant pressure on the defense. The long-range ball spaces the floor, and defensively they're going to try to switch and keep the ball in front and deny the same three-pointers they're looking for at their offensive end from the opposition.
The three from Harden gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Last game he had 13. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
A nice strong finish from Bogdanovich, showing no fear at all.
Harden against Oladipo.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
And James Harden taking home the MVP award in 2018, and Clark, well deserved.
It sure was, Kevin. A career mark in scoring a league-high 30 points a game. The first player ever to drop 60 points as part of a triple-double. It certainly was his year.
Free throw drops for Harden.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Harden hits them both.
You know, it's nearly impossible trying to defend Harden. I mean, he has it all in his package. One of the best penetrators in the game. He's a great passer, and we know what he can do scoring the ball.
Now here's Turner. 8 points his last outing. And Bogdanovich kicks to Collison. Pass to Oladipo. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. The offensive rebound. There's the dish to Collison. Here's Turner. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Houston will take it the other way. Collison against Paul. Pass to Chris. And some nice passing there by Houston. Anthony looking it over. From deep. And the 3 ball is good. Anthony's got 7 points in the game.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
Timeout called the Pacers. As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
And here's Collison following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. And the foul on Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Oladipo. That ball. Nice feed that time from Turner. And that's now 11 points for Victor Oladipo. Paul passes to Anthony. Paul against Bogdanovich. The shot's good from Paul.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Pacers trail by 15. Collison finds Turner. Bogdanovich against Anthony. Here's Turner. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Oladipo. James Harden picking up that last basket. Back to Collison. Oladipo outside. 5 on the clock. Shot on the wing. It's rebounded by Houston.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Shoots from 12. Chris can't hit.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Yeah, and he's connecting on a lot of his shots here, shooting a high percentage from the field, really giving his team a boost.
Here's Anthony after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Inside, here's Collison. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Puts it up from 17, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Collison's got his second bucket of the night.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Paul against Collison. Here's Chris. The Rockets with another miss. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. They host the 76ers after this game. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Bogdanovich up top, covered by Anthony. Right side, Collison. Turner. And the 3 off target. Houston leading by 11. To the paint. Capella kicks to Harden. Pass to Chris. And again, the turnover by the Rockets. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for the Rockets.
And they haven't needed a whole lot of work done inside because of what their guards are doing. It's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in that backcourt.
Now here's Collison. 8 points his last outing. Oladipo with the ball. Working on Chris.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And Anthony gets it to go.
And he's on a good pace here from three-point range. Made 1 in the first, 2 more here in the second. It seems like with more to come.
Collison, the pass to Sabonis. Oladipo outside. Releases. Nice form on the 20-footer. Oladipo's got 8 points in the quarter.
Oladipo's so capable of scoring the ball in a lot of different ways, myriad ways does he score the ball. I love watching him fill it up.
Now here's Anthony. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Chicago. Collison against Paul. That's tipped. It's stolen by Oladipo. Bogdanovich finds Turner. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Capella.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Paul against Sabonis. The shot's good from Paul.
Boy, he's dangerous right now. He feels like he's making every shot he puts up.
Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. 1:24 left to play here in the half. Here's Sabonis, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well, he demands accountability, and his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball, and actually it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
Collison for three. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Paul kicks to Capella. And there's the pass to Harden. Over in the corner, Paul. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Collison with it. He's got 7 to the inside. Fades back. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Turner's got his second basket of the game.
Turner is very comfortable letting it go from there. A dependable scorer from the mid-range.
Harden kicks to Paul. Floats one up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Darren Collison. For Houston, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Free throw drops for Paul.
And, it seems like Paul is ageless. I mean, still sharp, still quick and fast, and one of the most active players on the floor at all times.
And so Paul nails both of them.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And so it's the Houston Rockets in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We doing that, and we just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Well, thanks for your time, Carmelo. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Chris Paul had a huge first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, this has been a great overall performance. They matched their effectiveness on offense with their intensity on D, and the same all-around effort is going to be crucial in the second half. They still got work to do. Don't celebrate too early.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Pacers.
Well, I think their problem is rebounding, Ernie. When you're trying to come back in a game, every possession counts because each possession can turn into points, and you need to cut that deficit quickly.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Welcome back, everyone, to Indianapolis, Indiana, where the famous Chase Tower stands tall above the city. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and he accumulated a lot of assists, and I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Pacers trail by 9. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Over on the wings, it's Harden paired with Melo. Marquise Chris is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Paul in at the point. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection, that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
Here is Paul. Outside Anthony. No good on the triple. And so Collison will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Oladipo outside. Pass to Bogdanovich. Off target with his three. Rockets leading by 6. Harden has a wide open look. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one. Collison finds Oladipo. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Oladipo against Harden. Knocked away. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
And it's Bogdanovich off the drive.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg. As a big man, his passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
And so he hits both.
You take a look at the Rockets offense, and they've become lean and mean. Very few mid-range shots, no long twos. It's all threes and points in the paint. They keep their menu tight, and it works for them. 1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Darren Collison.
DC accurate from long range when he gets a clean look. He's lights out.
Capella, the pass to Paul. Another miss by Houston. You talked about the Rockets' focus offensively. It's all on Harden and Chris Paul.
Yeah, they're the main shot creators for that offense. Everybody else better be happy spotting up, setting picks and rolling, and scoring in transition. The Beard and CP are going to have the ball in their hands most of the time. Tell you what, as a former Pacer myself, the fans have to love this young core they put together. Oladipo and Sabonis via trade, Turner through the draft. That's a very strong core to build with.
Pacers have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
Free throw good, Bogdanovich. And for the Pacers and their young group, Clark, they all want to grow together.
Yeah, there's outstanding alignment from the very top of the front office, obviously with the coaching staff, and then the players. Tremendous chemistry. when you look at the way this team embraces one another. And Oladipo has emerged not only as the star, but the leader who's very well respected by his teammates.
And you look at James Harden, Coach Mike D'Antoni, and the Rocket front office. It really does seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I think the alignment of the front office and coaching staff really in harmony. And a star in Harden who's the best in the world at delivering in that system. Chris Paul part of the mix too. That's a pretty good fit, it looks like to me.
And Anthony, really one of the most confident jump shooters, an elite level scorer who gets plenty of opportunities.
Now here's Turner. Here's Bogdanovich. Out to the wing. Collison dishes to Turner. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 4 assists now tonight.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Outside Anthony. He kicks to Paul. Over Collison. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Pacers trail by 3. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Paul. Last season, he played outstanding. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 8 assists, and 5 rebounds. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
Now here's Paul. 15 points in the game. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
That's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Brandon Knight's checked in for Chris Paul. Collison gets a wide open look. Indiana again missing.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
A shot by Knight, no good. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. It's tipped. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. And now only 1 away from being in the penalties.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Tyreek Evans is checked in for Indiana. And here are the Pacers now, trailing here by 8. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
The size and the focus, that's the big thing to finish it over the defense. Bogdanovich showing exactly what he can do.
Up top, Capella. Turner covering. Harden, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Bogdanovich against Anthony. Knight grabs the board. Houston leading by 6. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul. Young's checked in for Indiana. The Rockets also changing it up. Nene comes in for Clint Capella. And it's Gordon in for Marquise Chris. Here's Gordon. And that one hits back iron.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Young finds Bogdanovich. Outside Collison. Evans inside. Anthony on him. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In third, the Pacers.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Evans against Harden. Outside Anthony. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Anthony's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
And Young, here we go. The shot by Evans, nobody around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Evans has got 5.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Harden. 12 points for him. Here's Anthony. That one doesn't go. So the Pacers will take it the other way. And Bogdanovich kicks to Young. Passes it to Turner. Evans against Harden. Here's Turner. That misses off the backboard. Rockets leading by 6. Harden right side. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 14.
You always got to track Harden, an elusive player who knows how to get it done inside.
Harden against Evans. Lets it go from 11. Good work defensively by Harden. Houston's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. And Tyreke Evans, a player who's still found a way to improve his game.
You know, he added the three-point shot that is much more consistent than what he had earlier in his career. Has always been a playmaker and strong at getting to the rim. But now that you have to respect his outside shot, I think he took a step back to being the player we thought he'd be after that amazing rookie season.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And some changes here for the Pacers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Turner. McDermott comes in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Darren Collison. And then for Houston, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Green in for Brandon Knight. Shots good by Green.
Hey, we know Harden can score it, but he also has great vision.
Pacers trail by 8. Evans outside. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
What a play there, the hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. That's good from Evans. Tyreke Evans, not the biggest free agent this past offseason, but Greg, many teams vied for his services.
Pacers were able to win out, and he should be a good fit. Can act as another playmaker and ball handler for the team. Turned down playing with the Warriors, Lakers, and Thunder to come to this Indiana squad.
Here's Joseph. James Harden picking up that last basket. On the wing, Evans, defended by Gordon. They get a hand on it, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. And then on Friday, They'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 7. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Thaddeus Young. And Eric Gordon-Clark, such a terrific tag team partner for Paul and Harden on the perimeter.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he provides spacing with the deep range he has. Very efficient shot, not much wasted motion. He can attack closeouts off the dribble, and he gets to that basket and finishes aggressively. His strength very much at work when he does his damage.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon.
And, you know, when Gordon is healthy, he's extremely effective. I mean, he's a high motor player who strokes it well from deep, actually strokes it well from everywhere.
And Gordon drops them both.
And Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
Now here's Joseph. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
And checking out the numbers for Joseph, some last season stats for him. Put up 8 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Now, here is Young. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And Gordon, also the winner of the 2017 three-point shootout. His long-range proficiency, a great fit on the Rockets.
You know, he's got that low set shot release, and he gets it off with great volume, and one of the more prolific three-point shooters in our league.
And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Turner.
Well, he has turned in a complete offensive performance so far, and he isn't through yet. I mean, you have to admire the work rate he's put in to get open on every trip. Even when he isn't the one scoring, he is affecting the defense as they have to gravitate towards him.
First free throw is good. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Now here's Evans. 8 points for him. 1:58 left in the third. And O'Quinn slams it in.
A fantastic heads-up play there from Young to find the open man.
And here's Gordon. 9 points in the game so far. Stolen by O'Quinn. Now here's McDermott. Guarded closely. And it goes down 2 points. Now just a 5-point Houston lead.
You know, he might look a little thin, even wiry out there, but Young is strong. And he has no issues finishing after a bump or a hack.
Now here's Gordon. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. Houston needs to get a shot off. The Rockets with another miss. And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for Indiana. Young's shot is off. Rockets leading by 5. And Tucker kicks to Green. Over Joseph. And Green with the basket on the assist from Tucker. Green's got 4 this quarter.
That's just unselfish basketball by Tucker, making the extra pass to set up his teammate.
McDermott with it. He's against Green. Green with the block.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Execution paramount. Speed it up and put the defense on their heels if you can.
Now, here's Tucker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. There's the feed to Joseph. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Far from just a jump shooter, Joseph is not shy at getting inside and making it happen there.
Harden against Evans. Left side, Gordon. And he overshot that one, missing. The third quarter comes to a close. Rockets lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Indianapolis. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Defensively, we got to keep these guys in front of us. Shooting, contested, 2. All right, play defense without fouling, and they get one shot.
Being aggressive, GA, without fouling. That's a good message, and that's what Coach McMillan wants.
The worst thing you can do is bail a team out. It's important that they just lock down here defensively.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Joseph at point, and he teams up with Evans in the backcourt. Young is the 4 with O'Quinn at the 5. And it's McDermott in at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Nene. Over O'Quinn. The shot by Nene. No good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket for McDermott.
And you know, it's clear McDermott has practiced this shot thousands of times. Quick trigger.
Paul kicks to Green. Back to Paul. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Now here's McDermott, guarded by Green. Pass to Joseph. The 3. And Indiana, another 3.
Yeah, he can be lethal from distance. When Joseph has room to fire, he's not going to hesitate.
Ball against Joseph. Shoots from 12. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
And the Pacers call time here.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the Pacers. Victor Oladipo comes in for McDermott. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Marquise Chris comes in for P.J. Tucker. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Oladipo against Gordon. There's the pass to Capella. And here is Paul. Takes a 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Paul's got 20 points.
And you see how complete a player Paul is. Capable of scoring from anywhere.
Sabonis kicks to Evans. Back to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Now here's Gordon. Fires for 3, but they'll get another chance. Paul outside. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Paul against Joseph. Pass to Evans. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Indiana making some changes. Miles Turner comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Collison in for Joseph. Anthony's checked in for Houston. Rockets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. It's taken away by Collison. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. And with Collison and Greg, how he plays, when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others, selective with his shots, and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
That one drops. He ties it up.
Boy, you go back to Darren Collison's career at UCLA, very distinguished, and he's turned himself into a starting caliber pro, too.
Now here's Paul. Shoots from 12. Shot by Gordon, wide open. They get it again. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Boy, I love seeing Capella be more aggressive inside. When he does this, he's capable of drawing contact.
And Clint Capella with a big pay raise this season.
Well, you forget just how young he is. I mean, this guy is just starting his career. His rookie contract concluded last season, and the Rockets willing to pay whatever they needed to keep him.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Gordon against Oladipo. Turner passes to Bogdanovich. 6 on the shot clock. Gets the bucket and the foul. Chris Paul picks up that one.
And they have scraped and clawed to get back into this thing, just chipping away little by little and finally now taking the lead.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
And 6'10" forward Marquise Chris, the 8th overall pick in 2016 out of the University of Washington.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, it was almost like he took a step back in year 2. The guy's an athletic pogo stick, but you're going to need more than just size and leaping ability if you want to succeed in this league.
Now here's Paul over Collison, and Paul gets it to go in. Paul's got 22 points.
That possession nearly gets away from him, but then here comes CP3 to the rescue.
On its way from Oladipo for 2. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Now here's Anthony. Pass to Chris. Off target from three-point range. Indiana's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. It's Oladipo on the wing. Collison kicks to Turner. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one's on Anthony.
Nice play there from Bogdanovich. Had the defense at a disadvantage, and he struck.
Bojan Bogdanovich taking 2 shots. The first one falls.
Boy, you have to like how he's challenging the defense now in the second half. Getting to the line for a lot of free throw opportunities.
So he gets them both. Here's Paul. Outside Anthony. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his 5th foul.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
Now here's Capella. Anthony finds Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
How about the force from Clint Capella? When he's got good position inside, he's throwing it down.
Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Wasted no time on that one. And the Pacers lead by 1. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
Yeah, well, who knows? We might need overtime in this one. It's been that kind of a game.
And now here's Chris. No problems knocking that one down.
And it's crucial that Chris makes that shot. Big men like him are expected to possess an outside jumper nowadays.
Here's Oladipo, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Last year was a great home return for Oladipo, the former Hoosier. Played easily his best season of basketball since being the 2nd overall pick back in 2013. Made his first All-Star appearance as well, and I've got a feeling he's got more of those All-Star appearances in front of him.
And he makes the first. And for Oladipo, the change was a welcome one for Pacer fans who saw him come over in that Paul George trade with Oklahoma City.
No doubt about it. Perfect opportunity for Oladipo. It was like the homecoming for him, Kevin. He played in Bloomington at Indiana University for 3 years, endeared himself to the fans there on and off the court, and that just carried over when he got to the Pacers. He did change his body, though, and got stronger and quicker with the ball, a big reason for his ascension.
Paul kicks to Capella. Dishes to Anthony. Over Bogdanovich. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Great game for him. Double-double now. 11 points and 14 rebounds.
Love how Capella stays alert on the offensive board, creating second chance opportunities thanks to that activity.
Now here's Collison. Oladipo outside. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Oladipo's got it all tied up now for the Pacers. Ball against Collison. Outside Anthony. And it's Chris in the corner. This one for 3. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss. Oladipo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He kicks to Collison. Here's Bogdanovich. And again, it's Indiana converting.
Boy, a major impact being made by Bogdanovich offensively. He's making it happen out there.
Capella, high post. Anthony against Bogdanovich. Back to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
So it's the Pacers now, following the score by Houston.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot. Darren Collison played his college basketball at UCLA. Not a big name in the point guard world, but he is as reliable as they get. Excellent speed and quickness, double-digit scoring, and was the best three-point percentage shooter in the NBA last year.
He throw good, Darren Collison. And with Collison, coaches just love him for the reasons you mentioned, Clark. Keeps an offense humming in all ways.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's cut down his turnovers over the last couple of seasons. His speed allows him to get into the open court, and he's really improved as a three-point shooter. All of those things help him run a team effectively. Even though he's not a big assist getter, he does help your offense run smoothly.
Now here's Paul. Lob pass to Capella. Turner with the steal. Down low and taken away by Paul. Inside, Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Now, here's Oladipo. Back to Turner. The kick out to Collison. Outside, Bogdanovich. Pass to Oladipo. 5 to shoot. And there's Darren Collison on the assist by Oladipo. And that's 17 points for Collison.
A seasoned veteran who does not back down. No fear and great confidence. Collison likes taking the big shot.
Now, here is Harden. And it's Harden slamming it down.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Harden. He is used to being the go-to guy, especially when his team needs a big hoop.
Indiana's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. And it's Turner finishing it off.
Evolving as a leader right before our eyes. It's important that Turner continue to prove he can score in big moments.
Here's Paul. The Pacers making the shot. And the pass to Capella. Chris kicks to Harden. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him. Up top, Capella. Pass to Chris. Just 5 to shoot. In the corner, Harden over Oladipo.
Boy, the hustle from Oladipo, you love that. I mean, he's really good at crowding shooters, taking away their airspace and making it hard for them.
1:43 left to play here in the fourth, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. .141 left to play in the final quarter. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Oladipo's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pacers.
Outstanding concentration from the versatile scoring guard, Victor Oladipo. Big in a big spot.
Now here's Paul. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And Oladipo has it in the corner. Count it. And it's a 7-point Indiana lead.
Sheer muscle that time from the clever guard, Victor Oladipo. I like how he takes the punishment and just fights through it.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Collison. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Joseph, he's checked in for Darren Collison.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. And Paul drills both of them.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Stolen by Harden. Paul outside. Out to Chris. Jacks up a 3. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Oladipo against Harden. Knocks it loose. Turner with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Anthony on the double team. Here's Sabonis. Yes!
Just terrific determination. First, compiling the lead, and now building on it.
And that's what you want to do. I mean, you can't let the opposition off the hook here. I mean, you've got to keep adding to that lead.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 4. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they're going to have to score. Quick foul. Can't waste any time here.
Greg, one possession at a time, and really, as you said, it's all about clock management right now.
$19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Harden. Misses off the right iron. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
You got to appreciate the skill set of Evans. I mean, Tyreke Evans can play a few different spots for you, and he's got nice handles for a guy his size.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Tell you what, that's a clutch moment for him right there, delivering at a big time in this game.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're behind by 6. 11 seconds left in the game. Capella finds Chris. Capella, high post. Puts up a 3. No good. So it's Indiana picking up the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank you. Victor, what does tonight's performance say about the confidence of this team?
Just we're pretty good. We play great together, you know, and we play well together as a team. So when we do that, it's easier for us to beat teams.
Victor Wondermatha, thank you, my man. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.